ash and dust, darkened rocks and forlorn hills. The Ashlands is a desolate place, where the bounds of civilization are distant and the living harsh. But some parts of the Ashlands are more forlorn than others. For while the western Ashlands are highly populated and the northern Ashlands are home to countless adventures, the Ashlands south of Ghostgate are often neglected. A hidden valley, the only way in or out through a small passage through to the Vvardenfell. Few quests will take you here, and fewer still the number of mods that touch upon it. But that all changes with today's Mod of the Day. For today, we're showcasing Forgotten Waste by Vaelta, a quest mod with new locations for you to visit and new dungeons for you to delve. A fairly large quest mod, all things considered. Forgotten Waste adds a new quest line for you to encounter and explore, with some 10-ish quests for you to do, starting in Outrune and quickly taking you to this neglected valley of the Ashlands, where you'll be sent to meet with a small hunting outpost. A forlorn shack-like structure with a surprising amount of verticality, and also some maybe grisly details with bones and meat to be found along the exterior, indications of the hunting occupations of the residents within. At first, you'll be just doing some rather simple tasks for these hunters, finding their lost guar, hiding out somewhere in this ashen valley, and hunting nixhounds and the like. Along the way, you'll get to know them better, and they have a fair bit of unique dialogue, describing their way of life and history. And by the by, while it's not required, this mod does implement the lore behind the Beacons of Mamea by Calendar. So, if you're using that mod, there's there's a nice bit of synergy there. Eventually, you'll get to discover new dungeons to explore. Dark, volcanic caverns of sulfur and some small veins of ebony ore that lead down and down into an ancient, buried Velothi tomb, the ruined remnants of some past cataclysmic upheaval, and now home to all sorts of unsavory creatures. But that's not where this dungeon ends. For after you clear it out, you can actually help uncover the history of this ancestral tomb, find the last living descendants, and help restore it, transforming a ruined, forgotten relic of a past age into an active and warmly lit tomb, guarded against incursion. That's hardly the only new addition to this little valley, though. There's also a new small Ashlander camp, home to an apothecary with a detailed and cozy interior, including lots of atmospheric lighting. Another cavern that'll lead you to yet more ancient ruins and more quests for you to do. All in all, there's a couple of hours, at least, of new content for you to explore in this once neglected corner of the Ashlands. And each of these new locations has been beautifully and wonderfully realized, as should be expected from the author that brought us the fantastic Distant Horizon, a Chimera Key flotilla last year. And this is just a pretty great addition to the game world. This corner of the Ashlands, which, if you'll just allow me, I can pull up the map here, has been neglected by modders for a long time. To my knowledge, there's, I don't know, only really, I think, a couple of other mods that add anything near here. And no major landscape overhauls touch it, and very few quest mods will ever take you here. The Ashlands Vaelta to the east and the Malagamur region to the south have both been subject to recent landscape overhauls. But nothing has really been added to this little valley. So it's nice to have a quest mod just, flesh out this otherwise just forgotten bit of terrain. We have some beautiful, atmospherically detailed new environments, about 10 new quests for you to do, and plenty of new dialogue and lore, Forgotten Waste transforms this corner of the Ashlands into a truly memorable experience, one you'll be delighted to play through. And with so few other mods actually touching upon it, it's an easy recommendation to make. Definitely worth checking out for yourself. But anyway, you know, this is a quest mod, so to avoid spoilers, that's about all we're going to show off here. So that's just our mod of the day. As always, I've been your host, our Golf Guy. Thanks for watching, stay safe, stay healthy, happy modding, and I'll see you all next time.